What is up, everybody? Joe from JLB Games coming at you with another cool live stream slash video. Had a couple of technical issues I was working on, so it took a couple minutes for me to get it going again. And I think some OBS update or something just kind of did something very weird. I was kind of wondering what's going on for a second. So the quality on the preview is just absolutely terrible, and I'm looking at the live stream right now. I mean, it says it's in HD, and I don't know, it doesn't look very clear to me. It doesn't look too bad. Let me zoom in here just a little bit here and see how it is. It looks like it's lagging quite a bit. Again, OBS went through a update. Great. And it looks like it's freezing up on me. So that's a thing. And I don't know. Everything, the video output is low. How's the quality on you guys? Is it doing okay? Let me know in the comment section real quick how this is working up. I mean, I've had something's definitely seemed like I thought something weird was definitely going on with the live stream a little bit. Now it says video output low currently, but I don't know. And it is quite delayed, so I was just trying to figure out what's going on at the moment. So, but yeah, it looks okay on the stream, but just be sure to comment down how the quality is for you guys. I think it looks okay right now. It's just the preview got me. Alright, someone says it looks great, so awesome. I think it's an OBS update. Maybe it's like a performance update, so it doesn't use so much CPU, and the preview is just kind of bad. And it was kind of weird because the preview on OBS looks freaking terrible. Like, it is so pixelated, and it just recently had an update, so maybe that's what it is. And I was worried that the live stream wasn't going to turn out okay, but it looks like a lot better on the live stream itself because I have the live stream playing as well, so I can see how that's turning out. But if you guys say it's great, that's awesome. That's incredible. So, today we're going to be working more on Silver Dollar City. I did a little bit off screen, and I'm going to be reworking this a lot more. So, a little bit. So, this is a lot of pathing that I tried to attempt, and I think I'm going to redo a little bit of this because I think I oversized it for the most part. I do have, of course, Google Earth to work with right now, and we're going to be using a lot of Google Earth to be making this main square. Now, the pathing in Planet Coaster is kind of interesting. So, to work with when trying to create a park. So, right now this is very blank at the moment, and I made some tweaks on OBS, so if there's any issues lagging wise and stuff like that, let me know. Someone says the stream is laggy, and I'm seeing a little bit of lag on there, but it does say the video output is low at the moment. Again, that's all YouTube side that they've always have issues with. So I started building a little bit on Hannah's Ice Cream Parlor, which is cool. So I love Hannah's Ice Cream. It's actually a really good place to get some ice cream and stuff. Let me check. I'm gonna recheck my settings real quick on OBS to make sure nothing would cause it to lag. No, I'm still got my video bit rate is where it needs to be. Yeah, I was just a little bit iffy because of OBS's update. So, and it could be on OBS's end. I don't know if there is some technical issues. So hopefully not. Hopefully not. To reduce some power on my PC, I'm actually using my laptop right now to check the live stream because I have so many programs open at one point on my computer itself that I'm trying not to use too much processing power because I only have 16 gigabytes of RAM and everything like that. So I think I oversized this square, to be honest, because I was just walking through the park And this path is way too long than what I did make it. It's actually shorter. and everything like that. So it's hard to get scaling correct, and why is this live stream is lagging like crazy, but I apologize for that. But I think I'm going to rework the pathing system here. The main square was a little tricky to get this wide path, because it's pretty wide. Do I think Outlaw Run will be less crowded next year because of Time Traveler? It was less crowded in 2014. As soon as a ride is not, it's not actually that crowded anymore. It's never has been. Only on like busy days does Outlaw Run actually get really crowded. But most of the time, it doesn't have the biggest wait I usually see at Outlaw Run's like 30 minutes on a busy day. So it's like a 30-minute wait. So, interesting thing. So come on, YouTube. I need you to work with me here. Or it's OBS. I don't know. It's one of the two that always acts up. So maybe I can find some new settings or something that can fix that. So as for the chat, it says connecting and disconnecting. It's working for me right now. So the chat is anyways. But I think, again, I'm going to try and rework the square pathing that I did off screen. So it's going to be very interesting how this works, because I think I oversized it, which is a good thing actually, because if I make it smaller, I'll have a lot more space for other things, because we don't want to oversize things and not have enough space, which we should have enough space for the entire park in this world. So. And the only time it gets really crowded at SDC is definitely during Christmas, because everyone's looking at the lights and everything. It's like the biggest time of year for the park, because they make a lot of money during that time. It is just very popular during Christmas because it's the most illuminated park on Earth, as said by, I think it was the Travel Channel. But again, if you're experiencing any lagging issues, I do apologize. I might be looking into seeing if I can't make, or I don't know what's going on with OBS. OBS it just had an update, and now it seems crappier now, to be honest. So maybe it's an OBS thing. I don't know. Maybe it's my issues. I don't know. Again, I'm trying. So this is going to essentially be the hospitality house, and oh my gosh, this freaking sign, it doesn't allow the entire space here, so I can't have the E at the end. There's not enough space, but I did some trickery, and there's actually multiple signs here. If we take the back, you can see that, where I actually used an E just to get the E in there, so that way I could actually spell out a hospitality house, which is actually going to be cool. So over here is going to be the bakery. I'm going to hold off a little bit on that for right now, because I don't know exactly what I want to do for that, because it's going to be very difficult because it's on a slope. Of course, there's going to be a lot of shops like that on slopes, and that makes it a little bit more difficult. So it's kind of an interesting thing. So anyways, and then we got the rentals booth, Ozark Marketplace, and then of course we also have Outlaw Run, which I did want to show you guys my progress on that. I did do some interesting things and developments into that, which we will be putting into the game. Oh my gosh, the lag is just real on the live stream. I apologize. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and open up the Outlaw Run build, which is right here. And this Outlaw Run build is pretty cool. And again, we're going to import this. Once we get to the area, we're just going to plop it all down. I saved each section as a blueprint, and we're just going to piece it together. And I think I'm going to redo the track as well, and actually completely rework it. Now that we actually have the correct trains on the coaster, because it's a wooden coaster, when we use the topper track on it, before the interchangeable trains, we weren't able to actually use those. So, alright, so a couple questions. Do you ever go to the park, like, just as a guest on days you don't work? Sorry for all the questions. No, keep questions coming. Yeah, I don't go a whole lot to the park, because I'm there so often. And, I mean, the only days I get off are the days that usually the park's closed, except for the summertime. Because the summertimes, the park's open 7 days a week. I usually get 2 days off. That's usually the only time I can visit the park unless I'm off, you know. So that's always fun. But yeah, we actually got the real trains on here, and I actually need to recolor these a little more properly. And another question was, how much money do I make off of YouTube? Not a whole lot, to be honest. Very, very little. Alright, the stream health went into the green, so maybe we'll see a performance boost here a little bit on the stream so it doesn't lag as much, hopefully. Okay, so, as we know, the Outlaw Run trains, we can't do too much here. Because it is kind of like the Malice themed, so it doesn't change the colors of everything I want. And Outlaw Run's kind of got this red, has this dark red going on. I mean, most of the train is actually this red, and then some of the color is yellow. There's that yellow on the color of the text and stuff, but there's not really. I don't know if I would actually use this. I'd keep this one red. I'm thinking about changing one of the colors to that yellowish color. I actually want to be in yellow here. It's kind of like a gold. It's actually a gold color. If I was to do it, possibly this one. I don't know. I mean, most of the trains are completely pretty much red with that the tan bars. It has gold bars and stuff. Let's see, yeah, I want to keep this one red. So I think I might just keep the trains that dark red kind of color, because I think it matches it the best. I mean, there is a tan. The seats are the tan color, but it's hard to get the colors you want. I wish there was a little bit more customizations to the coloring. And I apologize. I don't know why this stream is lagging so much. And I think it's because OBS had an update and I just have to tweak the settings again. So, what is my least favorite coaster at Silver Dollar City? Probably the Grand Expo coaster, if that counts. Oh my gosh, OBS it's very glitchy for some reason. I noticed I was going into the settings and stuff was just kind of glitching on OBS, so I don't know what's going on. Shouldn't have updated it. Every time there's an update, I'm kind of like, yeah, I'll update it. But this, I don't like what's happened at the update on OBS so far. It's really it's messing stuff up. Okay, so I'm gonna do something cool for you guys. So this is my recreation of Outlaw Run so far. I do have speakers here, which are really neat. And you'll figure that out in just a moment here. So, being where I work, I'm able to make this very authentic, and you'll see why in a second. Okay, so we got the train, of course. I wanted to make sure you can hear the audio. Okay, didn't do anything. Why would it do something? So I added some triggers that are actually in the ride. I don't know if you can hear it. Turn it up. And of course, now that I'm actually showing you guys, the triggers aren't doing anything. And the dispatch interval is incorrect as well. Okay, I have it set to 65 seconds. I don't know what happens, but like... Oh, there it went. I can hear it. I just can't hear it well. There it goes. But it's not doing the interval like it's supposed to.
Cell phones, cameras, keys, and change. Watch your step as you board the stagecoach. When you're all comfy in your seat with your feet on the floor and your back against the seat back, go ahead and buckle your seat belt.
Alright, so I think the dispatch interval is happening now. That way it can do the safety spiel. You hear that?
It's gonna be a wild ride.
It's gonna be a wild ride, guys. The only thing I fear is the background music that plays in the area, because it'll probably flag my, or throw a copyright flag on my channel. The music that plays, but I really wanted to show you guys this. But as you can hear, I just recently got this file. The clock file that plays over here. Which is really cool. You can hear the music. But all these audio files are the real audio files for Outlaw Run. I was fortunate enough to actually get my hands on the audio files. And there's the yeah. Isn't that cool? And then, of course, now it's going to pull in and it's going to do the safety spiel. It's awesome.
Unbuckle your seatbelts and watch your step as you exit to your right. Don't forget any loose articles you may have left here with us in the station.
Alright, come on,
Thank you for
Livestream.
heading out west on Outlaw Run. Keep a lookout for those outlaws.
Maybe it's just my computer, I don't know.
Of your day here at Silver Dollar City.
But yeah, it's got the safety spiel and everything. You can hear the clocks in the background.
Welcome, pioneers. Y'all need to stow all loose articles. And that means
hats, cell phones, cameras, keys, and change. Watch your step as you board the stagecoach. When you're all comfy in your seat, with your feet on the floor and your back against the seat back, go ahead and buckle your seat belt. Our stagehands will let you know when to pull down your restraint. During your journey, keep your hands and feet inside the stagecoach at all times. It's gonna be a wild ride. Alright. Isn't that cool? The speakers, though. And then you get the... I even have the brake run. 23 over to Mr. Jenkins Clock Repair. There it goes. Am I excited for the new DLC? Yes, I am. The Adventure DLC. Very much so. And you have the clocks. I haven't put any, like, clock, anything in here yet. But hear the music? This is the actual music that plays in the game, or at the area. Ba 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 da 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 da. This is like my favorite song too that plays in the area. But when I eventually upload this to the Steam Workshop, I will provide all these files, hopefully. I might provide all these files for you guys so you can get the full experience. I'm trying to figure out why the dispatch interval isn't working properly. It's sending out too soon sometimes. It's supposed to be 65 seconds, but it's not doing it. And then if you... See, I don't know why it's doing that. It's supposed to be 5 seconds. It does it the first time, and then it decides not to do it. I don't know why, because it's not. I have it set to where it's not supposed to stop at the top of the lift. And again, I think I'm gonna redo the track on this, completely redo it, because it's not very smooth yet, and I need to just rework it. And my skills are a lot better now. So this is a rough draft of the recreation. And I think I need to change the friction multiplier a little bit too, because it kind of slugs through this. And I think because I need to work on the heart line, and the barrel roll is just rough as crap. It's just terrible. Like, look at that. That's just icky. But again, it's not final. It's a very, very rough draft. And look how slow it goes through it. And then you hear the trigger there. No, that's not going to do it. There it is. But the dispatch interval is messing everything up because it's not actually doing the dispatch interval, which is 65 seconds here. I don't know why it's not doing that. It's supposed to be doing that dispatch interval of 65 seconds, so the next one can't go out until 65 seconds have passed. So I don't know why it's doing that. That's kind of confusing to me, why it wants to do that. But there's a giant swing too. Interesting for sure. But I love how the exit ramp turned out too. That actually turned out very nicely. I think I'm going to replace the... This is like a chain link fence. I have a better piece that I can use on those. So I might do that as well. So But I'm very proud of this recreation so far. So I think for the changing the trains significantly changed the speed of the ride too. So I'm going to set the friction multiplier down as well, because it is very slow. It's going very slow through it, and it went faster with the other trains as well for some reason. So so when I switched to trains, it actually changed it. What's my favorite part of the park? As of right now, probably Outlaw Run is my favorite ride in the park for right now. I don't know, maybe Time Traveler will beat it. Who knows? And we'll see. But my favorite part of the park, I don't know. If I had to choose an area, is that what you're asking? How do you get all the authentic audio? Did you just run around the park with your phone recording it for something? No. I have my connections of how I actually got the audio. It's not I didn't record it. Does that sound like an actual recording? No. Now, Outlaw Run will probably be the only one where I actually get these audio features, unfortunately. But I'm very hesitant on the Steam Workshop if I want to post these audio files on the Steam Workshop, because I don't want to get in trouble for those, because those are all Silver Dollar City stuff. If for like legal reasons, I don't know if I would get in trouble to actually post those online for download and stuff. So I don't want to do that really without anyone's permission. So personally, I like having them personally for myself, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to give it out to you guys, unfortunately, on the Steam Workshop. But I'll give you guys a full park experience on the channel for sure when I finally get the recreation done.
Y'all just push up on that safety bar, unbuckle your seatbelts, and watch.
But I just wanted to share that with you guys, just because that's coming along very nicely. And again, I saved these all as blueprints, so I'm just gonna have to piece it together in the actual world. And I'm so glad about this that Outlaw Run star. I'm so proud of it. I don't know why I didn't make that a building, but will you make Wildfire? I'm going to be making everything, yes. Everything's going to be in here eventually. So this is a world I was working on, but it's not going to be done. So this is actually the Behind the Barn Swing. This is actually a blueprint already on the Steam Workshop. I'm going to make a couple tweaks myself. So this is, oh, I don't know, what's his name? I'm going to view it in the Steam Workshop and give him credit, of course. But I'm going to make a couple of my own tweaks. Oh my gosh, why is my mouse not working? My battery's dead? No. What is going on? I can't move. My mouse isn't working. Why isn't my mouse working? That's not a good thing. It's like when I brought the blueprints up, it stopped working for some reason. Okay, there we go. Let's see. I'm just going to type in swing. There it is. I'm going to view this on the Steam Workshop here. See what. This was made by Zap Wizard. Okay, so he gets the credit on this. I just liked the way he put it together. It actually looks very, very accurate. All credit goes for him for the base, what he has done for the base of this, and I'm going to be going in and just making a couple tweaks for myself. But he did a very good job at recreating this. But in real life, the operator's booth is over on this side, so I'm gonna, I don't know, like the exit's over here, the operator's booth. I know if you flipped it around, it would be on this side. So just there's not really much you can do about that. And I know there's an operator right there. So the queue line goes back in this area, which is pretty cool. And yeah, there's a couple switchbacks right there as well that are not in this build. But again, I'm going to be doing a little bit of tweaking to it. But I like what they did here for the base of it. So it actually looks very accurate and very good. So credit goes to him on this blueprint. I want to make everything mostly myself, but I was just very impressed by this blueprint of how accurate it is. Because even the backstage areas here, there's actually 2 doors here in real life too in the backstage. So, and the fence looks good, and the high-low silo, this is actually my creation. So that was the start of Hilo Silo, which is not going to be functional, but it is going to be there. It is right next to the barn swing. It's like where you pull yourself up to the top of the tower. It's pretty neat. So anyways, I know I haven't made any progress thus far, but I wanted to share that with you guys because I was going to work a little bit on the pathing, and I'm just very frustrated on how the live stream just keeps lagging right now. Again, I think it is... but again, all credit goes to, I think his name was Zap Wizard, on the giant barn swing, on that. Again, I'm going to go in and probably make my own little tweaks to it, to make it as accurate as possible, but it's already very, very accurate. So I was very, very impressed when I found that one, actually. So let's go back to the Silver Dollar City scenario. We're going to edit the scenario. And when I am hopefully get all this done, I'm thinking about making this a scenario as well. And I can't wait to get back in, or go into Time Traveler and actually check it out and actually recreate it. Obviously without the spinning trains, but unfortunately. So let's do a little walkthrough here. And oh, I didn't save it. Gosh dang, I'm gonna have to delete all these again, because I'm going to redo this path, and I just started on building the ice cream parlor, which is on the square. I'm going to need to make the gazebo. That was the area I was having issues with. And then there's also the taffy place over here. Oh my gosh. You go to Silver Dollar City, you got to get that taffy. It is awesome. And then I was going to start to go into Valley Road right over here as well. What I want to do is work my way around through Valley Road. Is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go down Valley Road. We're going to get into Thunderation and Time Traveler and work on those very, very soon. Alright, so now I'm going to let's get some of the music going again. Ah, so loud. Luckily I can turn it down on my headset, so it's not too distracting. Alright. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up Google Earth, and this is what I use a lot for recreating this, and I also have some reference photos of the front as well, but I'm going to have to get some more reference photos to get those minor details, but for park layout, it's definitely going to be Google Earth for sure. And of course, I know the layout of the park very, very well, but alright, I'm going to turn it around here. And I was surprised that I was actually making it larger than I actually needed to. So right out of the bat, it's got a... it does have a path, and it is very, very... oh, very, very slanted a little bit to the right. Not really, you can't even notice it if you're actually on park, but... too loud. Oh, yeah, that's right. I actually turned the, my bad. I actually turned the audio up on accident. Let me turn that down. I apologize. Thanks for letting me know. I turned it up so you could hear the... as well, so... that was my bad. Alright, let me know if that audio is good now. Am I going to make the petting zoo? Yes, I will. I have not actually been to the petting zoo very often, even though I'm there pretty much every day. But, that is something I do need to do, to make the petting zoo. I'll probably actually be holding off on that for a little bit until I actually get some more reference on that. Alright, so there are two immediate paths heading straight out here. And these are a lot shorter than I thought because I went actually through them very recently. And they are not that big. Or not that long, so as I thought they were. I made them a little bit longer, because I was going based off of course, the Google Earth, and they actually weren't that big, so, or long straight paths here. Because you go straight here, and then the building's literally right there for the taffy shop, so. My favorite animal from the petting zoo? Oh man, they have like, oh, what do they have? They have like goats, chickens. I think they have chickens. I don't know. Stuff like that. They have a lot of different animals there, but I actually haven't really been in there. Is this a hospitality house? This right here will be the hospitality house, yes. I made the entrance and exit. What I'm trying to do now is kind of establish the park layout a little bit. So I'm going to try and do a lot of pathing. That's going to be like my goal right now, is a lot of pathing. So the hospitality house will come together. I think these paths are a little bit more narrow. Yes, I'm going to be this picky, just so you know, on this stuff. My goal for this is to be the most accurate you will ever see a park recreation. That is my goal, is to make this like you won't see anything like it. I got angle snap. Maybe that's why. Like, you will never see a more accurate recreation of the park. That's going to be my goal with this. And with that means I'm going to be spending a lot of time perfecting stuff and really going into details. That's not straight as I was hoping. Put it right about there. And these are very straight, actually, so I'm going to leave those there. Alright, so I'm using Google Earth for this, so... And there is another pathway breaking off of this that goes this direction shortly after, and there's a little planter in between here. Trying to get this angle as precise as I can. Now, we're going all out on these pathing. A lot of them is going to be very tricky. For the most part, the square is pretty flat up here, so I'm not going to manipulate the terrain really much up here. I might do it a little bit over to the left side, because it does kind of dip down a little bit terrain-wise over in that direction, but for the most part, I am going to keep it the way it is. But yes, we're going to be using Google Earth as a huge source of getting this as correct as possible. So this is going to be, there's going to be a, this connecting here. That's going to connect with a path that is going across here. There's going to be a wide, and it's a different texture too. It's like this kind of gravelly-ish. I'm going to use this gravel, it's not a gravel texture, but it is going to be holding control. That shouldn't be connecting like that. Alright, I guess I just need to continue this pathway forward a little bit. Oh gosh, okay, there we go. So this is going to go forward and slightly bend, like very slightest is going to bend this way. Right there, and then we're going to do the gravel path coming from this direction. Okay, I'm not going to pull this too far out, I just need to get it out there so I can build a pathway off of it. Turn off angle snap. Oh, I need to hold. Holding the wrong button. Okay, so there's a large path. Large path that breaks off this way, that's like this color. And I'm going to try and make things a little bit smaller than what I think, because I always overdo it. And then a lot of people, yes, I hear about the path painter instead of a pathing tool. I don't know, it's a good idea, but I don't know how that would work very well. It's very kind of, because being precise with like your edges and stuff is going to be kind of one downfall to it, I feel. If you can like implement it into the path system that we already have, that I could possibly see that working. I definitely see that point of view working. Could work. So, but it's just, I definitely think it's just a hard thing to do. for the developers, to be honest. But who knows? We might see something. I know a lot of people have been asking for something like that, for sure. Alright, we'll do one there. And then it just kind of goes straight here. I'm like trying to be so precise right now. But I do like the idea of the painting option for pathways. I just don't know how it would work very well or not, or how it would work. It would definitely be an interesting, obviously really good to have, but I know coming from their standpoint, I'm sure that would be, it would definitely be kind of difficult to implement. Because I do like the path system. A lot of people don't like the path system that Planet Coaster has. And it's not perfect. I will say it's not the most perfect thing in the world. But I don't think it's that bad. I actually think it's pretty decent, to be honest. So this is kind of a weird thing that's going to go on here. Looks like I can't connect that just yet. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to grow this out. Oh my gosh, my mouse is messing up. It's like glitching. I think I'm just having some... My computer's just has so much running right now, it's just too much for it. Because, you know, I have the music playing and all that stuff. It just might be a little too much for it. Alright, I think we can go this way. Possibly. And connect that, and we can actually make that work. Alright, we'll put that there for now. And we're going to use these pathways to actually connect these. Alright, we want this to be about the same thing. And this is about right here, actually is really good. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna be, for what we have so far, we're gonna go and smooth these pathways out. Well, it's truly epic at night. The flooded mine. It's a good ride, though. It is definitely a nice little ride. Alright, so we're going to be smoothing these out just a little bit to get their appropriate, try and get their appropriate shaping. Which is definitely difficult. I think these are good down here. And this kind of does that. Might try and... Gonna give it a go. I don't think it's gonna work though. Yeah. We'll have to live with that one. But it's okay. Okay, so for this one, we're gonna want to smooth that out. Whoops, I always delete the wrong thing. And that will curve around right there. That's pretty good. And then the entrance to the spots. Do we want to... Is that pretty pointed? I think it's pretty pointed. No, it's actually rounded, I think, right here, so... I don't want to do too much right there. It's really hard to see sometimes. Be curious of how I do Fire in the Hole. Me too. That's actually going to be probably my biggest challenge, actually, is Fire in the Hole. There's a really good recreation of Fire in the Hole on the Steam Workshop that is actually very, very well put together. But I did actually find a layout of Fire in the Hole's layout, so I'm gonna actually be using that to my advantage, for sure. Alright, there's a huge, pretty big plots right there, so I'm gonna focus more on the right side for right now until we get more going in here. So now we need to make this path kind of bigger here. We're just gonna Just gonna work this out just a little bit because it's a little bit wider, I think. Alright, so I'm gonna get a closer look on Google Earth here. I'm very, very much zoomed in on Google Earth right now. Can't tell if that's a planter. I think that's open. Yeah, that section of path is open, for sure. Alright, and that's shaping up pretty close. Now this path starts to shrink as it gets up here. And the tricky thing is I'm gonna have to work a little bit on the terrain because there's actually steps down over here. So there's gonna be a little bit of terrain work over here on the square because it's gonna have to start going down a little bit. A little sooner. But yeah, fire in the hole is definitely going to be a challenge for sure. Probably one of the most challenging things in the park. And if I use, I prefer to do everything myself, but if I use like any workshop items, I will definitely give credit to the person that made them. For sure, all the way. And go, hey, you made it in as part of my video. Or you made it into my recreation and it helped a lot. Alright, for the most part, this is a very straight path. There is another pathway, I believe, that connects with this one over here. I think I made it a little bit too far away. Maybe I made that too large. No, I think I just got the angle correct here. Ah. Let's see if I can fix this. Alright, we're gonna go that way. I'm gonna go off with the angle snap. Make this smaller. We will smooth that out in the end. And then that will be good right there. I'm gonna smooth that out. But not like that. I was hoping it would just kind of round this spot off. That's what I was hoping it was gonna do. But it decided to make it just big like that. I don't want that. I want more of... I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that. And I can actually use the planters and stuff to kind of help me as well. Now, this is gonna be looking quite ugly at first, for sure. But it will actually look a lot better in the end. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to push some terrain down just a little bit here. Just in the slightest. And I found this flattened to surface is actually going to be very helpful. We got to find the steepness that we want. That's what we have to do. We have to find the steepness of the hill that we want and just kind of build it or do it. So, and when in Planet Coaster, it's really easy to make the mistake to make a hill a lot steeper than what it actually is. Because you get in that first person and you're like, oh, that's actually steeper than I thought it was. So like, it's going downhill, but not like a tremendous amount, so not so ridiculous. I think that'll be nice because that'll allow us to do the steps right there very well. Because now we're going down to Valley Road. There's a little bit of a slope going down here. A little bit of a slope. And then when you want to do more, you gotta wait till all of it's white. That way you don't get any uneven spots. So we're going to pull this down a little bit here. That way we have plenty of space to actually work with. And then we'll actually, Midtown's going to be right behind here as well. And then when you want to level it up with the top, you just kind of use the smooth tool. And it works quite well. You just get, we're just going to grab the smooth tool now and just get this together like that. And then as for this spot, we're going to have steps going down to this. That's how it actually is in real life. And then the square is going to come across here. The gazebo is right in front of that. And then Valley Road goes down here. Midtown's going to be right behind here. Oh, I should do Grandfather's Mansion too. That'd be fun. That shouldn't be too hard to make Grandfather's Mansion. Just have a little walk-through spot. That would actually be quite cool. I'm going to keep that a cliff right now. Maybe I can create some sort of steps, so after we make the pathway. So, looking at Google Maps, or Google Earth rather, the square is probably one of the widest spots in the park, so it's very difficult. So what this does, I actually made a did I make a mistake yet? So this will continue, this actually will not continue to go straight there. It will for the gazebo area, but not for this path here. There's actually a another dark path alongside this one. That always gets in my way, but I will keep that there. Because it's more connected to this a little bit, kind of like so. A little bit more space than that. It's literally like connected right here. We'll get it right for sure. But place this straight. This is gonna all look kind of iffy at first, but after it does not look the way it's going to until you get the scenery stuff down as well. You got to get the scenery right. Once you get the scenery right, you're usually in a good spot. So, all right. So this is that path. The gazebo's just on the side of that. We're gonna have to smooth that pathway out a little bit, of course. And we're just going to have to get this correct. I'm trying to... It's easier for me when I'm at the exact same angle as Google Earth, because then I can actually get a feel of the angles of the paths that they take. So Valley Road is going to head down this way. And this is a pretty stinking wide path, so it's going to be, again, it's going to be pretty difficult to get it just right. Alright, so I'm going to move a little bit here. Get the right angle here. Ah, the music stopped. But I need concentration for this, so it's okay. I'm not going to go all the way down with this just yet. We're just going to do it just enough to connect this path with this. And then with the smoothing abilities that we have, we're going to be doing this to really round off and get that wider sense, because this is very wide and we actually need to get some steps. I don't know if it's going to be possible, but we need some stairs there as well. So I'm going to place a couple more pieces here just so they don't interfere. I might. Okay, so and then we definitely want to round this off Like, so this one's not as big as this one, so we're going to do a couple of times to this one. And it's kind of on that slope. Again, I'm doing my best to try and get those, using the terrain as well, because the park is literally built on this weird hill, big weird hill, and it just makes building a nightmare in this park, and that's the biggest challenge of this park. So to get some steps here, the easiest trick that I have learned is to actually use a shop. So we'll just go in here, custom, is to use a shop, face it towards where you're trying to get it to. See, that's not going to be steep enough to make actually steps, unfortunately. Not until we're about right there. So so I put it far enough here, I might be able to get some steps out of this. Oh, maybe not. All right, let's do a little terraforming here and see if we can't make this have steps. Because the cliff has to be a little bit steeper for it. Or I could just make some fake stairs and have the path underneath it. I might just have to go with that trick because I don't know if there's anything else I can do. See, I wish that would turn into stairs, but it doesn't look like it's going to. See if I can see if I can map something out here. So you just have to be at a certain steepness to get those steps. Because there's a walkway here with steps with this path. But I'm unfortunately over where we need to be. Maybe I can get away with it. I don't know. We'll see. But we'll keep the steps there. Oh, she just kind of dropped out of there, didn't she? And it's going to have a slight elevation, but, you know, it will have that slight elevation, but I don't think it's going to be noticeable after we get scenery and everything around there. Like, yeah, that actually will work. Brilliant. You're fired. I just, like, fired her for no reason. I don't need you anymore. We're not open yet. The park's still being built. This is one thing I kind of have a request for. That I could build... That there's no, like, conflict with pathways when using shaping terrain. Because it's hard to... You can't shape terrain around pathways without this huge gap. And I do not like that at all. I don't like it at all. Because I can't shape it around the pathway that I've created. Thankfully, I don't think this area is gonna, or this spot's gonna be a big deal about that, but but yeah, at least we got some steps down to the pathway that actually will work very well. When do I think SDC will get another coaster? I think at the absolute soonest. Oh, I don't know, maybe definitely in the 2020s. Again, Time Traveler is the biggest investment, so we might not see one for a while now. I don't know, but just because that was, depending on how well it does for the park, we'll see. If it's a huge hit, they might continue to throw some more coasters in the park. Who knows? Alright, so we're going to create a pathway. This is going to use the asphalt. That will... It's kind of in between here. Yeah, a little bit like that. About right there. It's got the cool corners here. The sloped corners, as I call them. Need to get a spot. Let's see how that works. Nope. That's not going to work. Just kind of have to mess with it a little bit. Alright, I don't think that I'm going to be able to get that one, but that's okay. We can make it up. We can actually cheat a little bit with the planter spots as well. Make it go over the path and curve itself, and actually just kind of cover the pathway up. It's a little cheat, but it works. And now that we have the barriers, we can make it to where the guests actually won't walk through those either. So, alright, so we have the main square here. Let's get some more music going. You're going again. Epidemic Sound only has so much bluegrass. Oops, keep clicking on the wrong thing. Google Earth, there you are. How am I going to create this path for... This is my biggest question. How am I going to create this path for the gazebo area? I don't know. Unless I just used path covers, I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it. Because I can put some use the benches, of course, to make it look like a stage and everything, of course, and all that fun stuff. Now we're gonna place this here, and then it's gonna grow into this big pathway. And I think I'm just going to, for now, make this go this way. Just like that. Like, this is all path right here. It's going to be interesting to figure out how I'm going to do that. In the meantime, we're gonna try and make this work. I hope it works. Maybe. See, I want that skinny, but I want this to round out a little more. Alright, and we're gonna have a pretty big pathway. Heading over here. There's just like a lot of pathways scattered throughout this area, so it's kind of interesting. I don't want to go too far in here because there is a little bit of a slope going downwards on this side of the park. Yeah, so on the left side there's a little bit more of a hill, sloped spot as it starts to go towards Hill Street. I think it's gonna... Yeah, I don't want to do too much on the left side. I want to focus more on the right side at the moment. Gazebo area. But we'll find out. Okay, so we got Hannah's building that I was working on over here. And that is kind of like at the front of the square here. It's a really good ice cream place. Actually, so I kind of want to get towards Valley Road and maybe get around to Thunderation, maybe the one bridge over there. Now there's the restaurants over here on this side, but I don't have any good reference photos of those, so don't exactly know if I want to do those just yet. I'll definitely get my way into them, but Okay, so just a quick break real quick. I'm going to have to use the restroom real fast, so I apologize for the inconvenience. If anyone is confused in the comment section, let them know what's going on, and I will be right back, I promise. Just enjoy the beautiful, beautiful bluegrass music or whatever it's called. I don't know. I'll be right back in a flash, I promise. Okay, hopefully I didn't miss anything. I'm back. I promise I'm back now. But boy, do I feel better and more inspired. That's for sure. Okay. Now that that's over with, let's get back into it. So, if anyone just joined, I apologize for that inconvenience, but we are back, and my live stream is frozen. Okay. Interesting. Right, gotta make sure it's working properly, so at all times. Alright, we're gonna head on over, back over here, yeah, so Valley Road. I really want to do Valley Road, like really bad. Okay, to be honest, I just really want to get to Thunderation and Time Traveler, like for real. Like that's like the thing. But Google Earth isn't exactly up to date. It's got the construction site of Time Traveler, but there's no track or anything actually in the Google Earth picture. It actually has the station building just on like the first level that's been built, and but it's still going to be helpful in the long run. So I'm going to go in here. And as far as I know, Valley Road is actually going to be quite different next year once Time Traveler does open. So it's going to actually make a difference. And this pathway for Valley Road is actually not it's not super wide, so it actually gets a little bit smaller over here. So we're gonna head on down to Valley Road, and because this is actually gonna be kind of like thicker like this, and it's gonna go down to this size for Valley Road, and this is actually where the blacksmith is, and the candy shop is right down the road. So let me see if I can get a good shot of Valley Road here, and then the bridge is after that. I try to get the exact angle here so we can actually get an accurate angle of how everything's placed. So it curves a little bit this direction. So it's going to curve down here. Blacksmith is going to be on the left. Brown's Candy on the right. Then there's also a backstage area where first aid is at as well. But Time Traveler should have been a Mac launch sit down. Spinning is cool, but I think sit down would be more rewritable. And you got a good point there, but I actually think it's going to be better spinning, in my opinion. And because if they would have just went with the sit down, nothing, you know, spinning or anything, there wouldn't be any. It wouldn't be unique enough for Silver Dollar City. If you know Silver Dollar City, all of their coasters have to be unique. It's like, it's just one of their standards. It has to be unique and different. So just putting a regular coaster like that, I just don't think would work properly. This is all my opinion, of course. But I think the best option was definitely the spinning. It's getting a lot of mixed. It had a lot of mixed reactions, but I think it is definitely going to be awesome the way using the spinning. It's definitely going to be a big advantage, and I think it's going to be rewritable. And a lot of people think it's going to be nauseating. But it is not going to be that bad because there's a control to the spin. The spinning is controlled, so it's not going to be ridiculous, like rapidly spinning and everything, like a lot of people think it's going to be. I'm just messing this up now, aren't I? I just need to get some of this down to our level. That way it's not in the way. Because now we're sinking down into the ground. Just wait till we get to the cave. Oh gosh. That's going to be a challenge in itself. Let's pull the intensity up a little bit. Speed up this process a little bit. So I'm just gonna do this so it's a little bit easier to get what we want. There is one point where it kind of levels out just a little bit. Size, intensity down just a pinch. Alright, and we're going to continue this down just a little bit. And it's not at a huge slope, so it's not going down too far. But it's still at that slope. And we're going to have to figure out the bridge and everything and all that. All that funsy stuff. Funsies. It's all gonna be fun. And I did hear about the Grislayer spinning coaster. Yes, I have. I saw videos on IAPA about that. Okay, so I need to map this out to try and get an idea of where everything's at. So we're gonna have the blacksmith right along the side here. Then we need to think about breaking off into the backstage area back over here. Alright, so we're gonna go this way. And I think we're going to level it out around the bridge. That way the bridge is nice and level. Alright, so I'm gonna look, as it has the actually has the terrain on Google Earth. For the most part, it does kind of level out right there. And we kind of have the bridge going across. What's this picture? Swinging bridge. Which is right there. That's the swinging bridge. Ooh. I'm gonna make the swinging bridge, but it probably won't be functional. So, fair warning. I'll make it, but it probably won't be actually functional. Okay, so I'm gonna make sure there's plenty of room here. I think there is. So we're gonna head into terrain, and we're gonna flatten to foundation, and we are going to smooth this as best as we can once we get to proper situation. So, because it actually is fairly flat right here, it doesn't really slope down again until you get to the Thunderation area and that section, because that actually is sloped down right there. But for the bridge, we're gonna want to be we want to be flattened. So, and then they have the blow glass factory after the bridge on the right-hand side as well. There's just so many like different stores and shops that I'm gonna have to build. It's gonna be kind of a little bit of a nightmare to be in a way. So we're gonna have to keep that in mind. All right, so I'm gonna build this. There's actually gonna be a bridge here, so there's actually gonna be an opening here. But for the sake of what we're doing right now. Alright, so we're going to smooth. That way we can really kind of make this come together a little bit better. That way the path looks pretty natural going into this spot. So let's see. I'm gonna make this a little bit less slanted. It's gonna gradually slant like it does on Google Maps. About right there, and then we'll hit the bridge right here. Gonna hit the bridge up. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna directly go into the bridge right there. get my music playing again. There's not that many. Wish I could have it repeat over and over. So this spot in the terrain, we're just going to go ahead and push this all down to where that is. That way, this is a bridge. And it's not super long, so... Oh man, what is this? I don't like the looks of that. What are you doing? Yeah. Okay. That's weird. Don't know what that is. It must be like kind of a terrain glitch there. Here, let me... I guess we'll just kind of backtrack here a little bit. Okay, so I might be able to actually just create the bridge the way I want to here. Alright, it's more like a wooden... Or I'll actually probably put like path covers on this anyways. Alright, 3 will do it. Oh, we're down to the entrance. Around to the entrance of this area. I think I might have made this just a little bit longer. Longer than I needed to. Yeah, I did. Again, I make things... I always overscale things. I'm pretty guilty of that, overscaling. That'll be that. Okay, so I'm kind of mapping this out. This is that pathway right there. This will go off right there, about right there. I wasn't too far off. My only fear is I want to make... I don't know if I'm going to have space for... Oh, man. There's still a lot to go this direction for Grand Expo. And I don't know if I'm going to fit it in now. Ah, poop. Poopy, 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 okay. This is definitely a challenge. And it's probably going to be taking a lot of different tries of getting this correct. So we're gonna get in here, smooth that out. Yeah, that's... We're gonna make this transition painless to flat land. So we're just gonna start back just a little bit. Okay, so go down into Thunderation there. This is going to be a very tight fit. The only thing I'm worried about right now is really Grand Exposition. That is kind of like the biggest concern at the moment for fitting things in the area. And then we kind of go in the gravel kind of area here. And I wouldn't call it flat, by no means. We're actually getting near the stagecoach, train depot a little bit here. Alright, so what I kind of want to do before I get too far into that is work a little bit more on details up here, because now we got some pathing. So why don't we make it look good? That's what we need to do, is make this actually look good. Because right now it just looks like a pile of paths. And we actually need to make some planters, trees, whatever we need, and I'm going to need some closer reference photos to do that. So I'm going to see what I can find. I don't know how much I can find on here, but because I actually have not taken pictures of the square just yet. I'm gonna see what I can find. I get some good pictures of Hannah, so I can always work on that if needed. If we need to work on that. I'm not finding any good pictures. Seen a lot of Christmas pictures, but I need daylight pictures of the front. Might have to wait till I get some more reference photos on this and take them myself. Just might have to do that. Plus, there might be a YouTube video I can use. There might be a YouTube video I can use. We'll see. Oh my gosh. Hey look, JLW Games is live now. Wow. How cool is that? Okay, so I'm gonna go... We're searching for reference right now, so bear with us. Might even work a little bit on the hospitality house, just a pinch. I have too many things running on my PC right now. It's just like, you know. Alright, so this video, I'm looking at, I believe they go to the square up top. And let's see what we can find. Like right outside the hospitality house too, so that might be very useful. And what I'm actually looking for is a little bit of the planter area towards the front here. And he comes from Hill Street, so he's coming from the other side, of course. Alright, there's that pathway. There's the taffy. Okay. So, in the video, he's approaching this right here. It's by the taffy. Alright, and even if I can get a little shot of the front here. He's at the hospitality house. Man, he didn't give a good shot of what I wanted. Curses. I got some good shots of the other side, though. Got some good shots on the inside of the hospitality house, but... So, in fact, let's go ahead and we're going to select the grid here. Yeah, that's going to throw us off, too. We're going to move this. I actually might be able to make this work. I can't put this too far. I'll have to completely redo this completely. So we don't want to do that. We do not want to do that. Alright, so we're gonna... Alright, so let's go ahead. We're just gonna go ahead and go in and edit the building. I'm gonna select all of this right here. We're gonna choose to move it. I'm actually gonna change the grid size so I can really move it where I want. There we go. Alright, so there's a little path coming through. That's okay. Again, those curves are gonna really help us a lot, for sure. Alright, so I didn't get these shots I wanted on this, so we're gonna have to work on something else. So we're gonna go images, and I'm going to do Hannah's. We're gonna work on that building. So we're gonna go Silver City. Sword City, Hannah's. Which will work perfectly. Alright, there's a good picture of it that I have found. So we're gonna go over here and work and see what we can do over here on Hannah's ice cream parlor. Alright, so I haven't built the those windows yet, so let's go ahead and build these outside windows. See if anything resembles it at all. We can probably use this. Maybe? No. Proportions are kind of weird. On scaling's a little bit right now. I'll say that. Scaling is a little bit right now. So we got that. It's got like these shapes. So we're gonna go to art shapes here. And we got the triangular. And they are the color whites. I don't know why it's crooked. Let's see, we want to go... This will work. Alright, with angle snap on, maybe it'll snap perfectly the way we want, but of course the... that's gonna do that, of course. Imagine that. It's like these weird, like... triangular pieces just popping out like that. So I don't know. Popping out of the windows, just kind of just chilling. It's popping out of the door too over here. So gonna have to get in a little bit on that. Kind of interesting. All right, there's a sign that is right here that says Hannah Ice Cream Parlor. I will say that this is definitely too big. It's too wide. Building is just too wide, I think. So, Is this two-piece? Yes. Let's see if I can make this one piece. Let's see if we can do that. So we're going to find these. Find a steeper spot, good size. Let's turn that down. Oops, I'm gonna go ahead and select this, and maybe it will turn red. No. No, maybe not. Maybe if I placed it, and then, yeah, there we go. And then I might be able to get rid of these outside pieces. If I can do this correctly. And then just move these in. Nope, it's not gonna do that, right? Let me, instead of doing that, let's see if we can move these and with the grid size and just kind of make them like that. So essentially, these are going to be moved to the inside. I thought I clicked that. There we go. That way I can make it a little skinnier. Perfect. Yeah, that's a little, that's some better scaling right there. I'm gonna select these fences as well. Let's see, we can, we're gonna move you inside, of course. Move you inside. And, yep, that's what I thought. I do the wonky stuff. But that's okay. We can actually do that, and that will work. All right, so that worked a little more smoother than I thought it would. Actually, need to do Control X. Duplicate it. There we go. All right, so now it's we made it a little bit skinnier there, and I think that's actually going to be better because it actually works a little bit better. Oh, I should have used this piece. I should have used this piece. Here, place a wall piece down. Can you turn red? Nope, you're not going to turn red. But man, this piece would work so well. The red just is it one of these reds? Yeah, it's that one. Okay, that works. All right, so we're gonna change this to white for now. All right, that actually will work quite well. And these are actually a little bit lower, believe it or not. So I think I'll delete those and move these down. That's a little bit more correct. See, I have a habit of making stuff a little bit bigger than what they actually are. So we gotta get it right. Alright, that's looking a little bit better. So that is the front of Hannah's ice cream parlor. Right now I'm trying to see if there's any more details that I can add to make it a little bit better. And there's little outside details that I can add. Like some roof, some trims here. Just making these those actual whites actually help though. Alright, so now if we have a scenery, let's use the art shapes. That's something we can do if we can't figure out something out. We're find some buildings and just kind of start building them in. And where's all the art shapes? And we can actually work from there a little bit. These are the tiny details that matter. It's actually a lot thinner than that. But we don't have any art shapes thinner than that, so nothing we can do about that. Alright, so let's take one of these pieces, rotate it around. Match you up. Alright. That's looking good. That's great. Alright. For right now, we'll just have this say Hannah's. Oh, gosh. Hannah. Oh, gosh. Maybe. If I remember how to do stuff. Alright, so that's a pretty good color. Oh, we can leave it like that for now. Alright, it's an actual sign that has different stuff and everything. Alright, so you can see how much time and effort I'm trying to put in just to one building. Incredible. But I don't care. I know I'm a slow builder, but I want everything to be done very correctly. I don't want to try and I'm trying to do the highest effort I can. How's this wooden pillar look? Not great. Well, I could probably use one of these. This will work well. It's a little bit thicker than the real thing, but we'll have to go with it. We have no alternative to that, as we don't have a small enough piece to change that at all. So, and it says 1881 Hotel at the top, even though it's a nice parlor. So we'll have to do something there. Thinking about changing these to those as well, but as of right now we won't. Alright, so let's go ahead and see what we can do with the signs. I'm probably going to use a normal sign or of some sorts. Let's go ahead and use this one. Oops. And we're just going to type 1881 on this one, and it's going to be just all white. Let's do black outline for now. Try and make it blend as much as possible, so we'll just make this red. We're just going to sink it in there. This is the issue of why I can't use these big signs, because they're going to stick outside. That's right. I need to find a small sign that will fit in that area that I can sink down. I don't know if there's any small enough signs in here. I think this one actually makes it all weird looking. Yeah. Let's see if I can find a good sign. Might have to make it just slightly lower to make this work properly. Just might have to do that. Alright, let's go ahead and go theme signs. See if we can't use anything here. Could possibly use this, but it's just very small, so you just might have to go with that, though. We'll make it as high up as we can. But instead, we'll have it... Ah, crap. Instead, we'll have it... This one say hotel. It's about the same size, so... It's a little bit smaller than the actual thing, so... That's okay. We're just gonna have to roll with it. Okay, so I'm going to replace these with something else. Oops. Did I place something down by accident? I don't think I did. Okay. We're going to place down these guys. I'm going to rotate that way. They're a little bit too thick, but it's a little bit more... It looks a little bit better. Because they got like little slight trims on them on the side. They're small, but everything I've wanted to use, it just doesn't have the look that I'm going for. This one looks a little bit... I actually like this one a lot. I think this is from the haunted house one, so... But man, does that actually look pretty good. Might use this one instead. That's alright. Yeah. Maybe this one can go out a little bit more. Might even use that on this side as well. instead of these. I've relied on those for so long, but this one's good. Like I'm looking forward so much to getting something like this, the square done. Like, man, I want to getting the square done was going to be very exciting. But this takes so much patience. So much patience goes into this. You have no idea. Like, I'm literally just creating a front part of a building right now, and I've spent who knows how long on it, trying to make it look better as best as I can. Now, as for doing interiors, there's some interior buildings I might not do. There's some that I will do, but I probably won't do all of them. I want to try and do as many as I can, as best as I can. I just don't want there to be so much into the file that, or so much in the park that your computer would just fry. I already know it's gonna lag really bad when I get the full thing done, so. Alright, I gotta get the side of the building good as well. I'm gonna build a little bit on the side. It's gonna go back here a little bit of ways, and then is that connected to the jail? I can't remember. Yeah, that's looking alright. Definitely a good part. And then there's a side part that kind of goes at an angle that's also connected to the building. It's kind of a blue part. We've gotten some decent photos coming over here. That's the best one I can find for that one. Alright, so it's just a little bit shorter, and it's kind of like the where some more tables are in the inside for the building. It looks like there's a thing on top of it, which is interesting as well. And then there's stairs coming off the side because the path slopes downwards. Whew, this is gonna be... Let's see if I go to view more, let's see if I can find some better stuff. Man, to find what I need, it's just a lot of reference photos to find. Finally make sure that with the square picture here. There's the Sodar City Jail. I really wish a lot of parks in Google Earth are in 3D. Oh man, do I wish this was in 3D. It would actually make things so much easier. It's funny because Celebration City is in 3D, just down the road on Google Earth, but Sodar City is not. Okay, so that does have a slight angle to it, just in the slightest, for the most part. Alright, so let's get back to our reference photo. Alright, so we're gonna have to start a new building. It's off the side. It starts off with a wall piece that is kind of a brick. It's kind of got some gray. Let's see if I can use this. Somewhat like that. But it's just right off the side here. I actually don't know how far along this goes. I'd say at least 2 at the least. And it has got a slightly different texture, so we're going to be using this one for it, and it's going to be a very lightish blue color. Now it's a lot closer because it's definitely faded. We're going to get a smaller piece here because it's not as tall as this, about right there. It's got a little bit of an overhang. And there are windows right here. Just like blank, empty windows. Let's see if I can find an open. It's just like... I can't see what I want. It doesn't have like any crosses in it or anything like that. They don't just have an open window, do they? There's just like a blank, like this, but with square and everything. The closest thing I could find is just like this typical window, which just might have to work. Have a white outline. And right back to each other, kind of like so. But that's about like all it gives you. So the top windows I can actually use these ones maybe? No. I feel like there is something I can use that will actually work very well, and I think maybe it is that one. Could be. Let's say this one for now. It's got 2 windows right above it, kind of evenly placed in the center of that. I believe there's a little bit of an overhang on this as well. I'm pretty sure. I'm not. Rough concrete. No, we went smooth concrete. We're gonna go with white. Grid size, let's get that down. That's still too far. So for this, we're gonna have to split from building. It's gonna be like something like that. I might not even have to make a separate thing for that, but yeah. Actually, get rid of those because I don't need them. Who needs? No one has time for that. But that's definitely a good rough start for Hannah's. It's supposed to be connected with this, so I'll make a relatively decent got like brick paths over it too, so I might even make those brick section. Brick. Where can we do that? We can do it here. We're gonna use this as a path cover, essentially. Oh, I don't want fighting textures. Textures do not fight. They get along. Oh, that was perfect there. Yeah, let's do that again. There we go, and we are going to have a couple of them out here. Just kind of like surrounds the building with these brick textures, so I might go in the inside. Actually, don't know what the texture is on the inside as of right now, but we will make it work. You are fired. Alright, that's gonna be a start. That is gonna be a start for that. I'm gonna try and get a shot of Silverdor City Hospitality House, otherwise known as HH, on this side. Alright, I'm gonna edit this, because this needs to be matched up with the pathway as best as possible. So if I turn down the grid size and we move this, we need it to line up properly. So I might have to use free-formed pillars here. I'll stick right in there. And I have to get rid of these. Copy you to both sides. Alright, so instead of just doing the same thing there, we're just going to select all these, delete them, and just copy what we have today. I'm just gonna copy you down the line. And hopefully this will match up, because it's not doing it yet. So we're going to take all these. There we go, and we are going to place you perfectly. Just like perfect. Perfectly place you in the correct spot. Okay, and this is where we're going to start doing some of those details. Those beautiful details that are just going to be in there that you might not ever really notice too much. So there's a little bit of a Some wooden pieces just to the side of here. Of course, that wouldn't reach that. Why would it? It just wanted to have fighting textures. It was asking for fighting textures. So we just gotta move it from side to side. Alright, so now we're going to try and copy this to the other side. And I think I'm gonna have some path covers in here anyways, so we probably don't have to worry about that just now. And there's a hospitality house sign right here as well. This is all covered by a roof, and I don't know if it's a wooden roof. I think it is. So I think I'm just gonna cover it up with these and just, for now anyways, make these like a very dark brown. Curses for the fighting textures. That way we can get somewhere a little bit in decoration, if you know what I mean. We're gonna just like throw tons of vines and moss and stuff on these as well. Because if you know Silver Door City, there's a lot of buildings that are just kind of like ancient, and they just have vines running up on the sides, and it's really cool actually sometimes. But this roof probably won't matter too much anyways, so. But it's just a little covered spot entering the hospitality house. It's kind of like a little fence as well, going up the side of this. And this will connect all the way to the end here. Just gonna leave that one spot for fun. Probably could like do multiple ones at once, but I kind of want them a little bit random pieces spaced apart, just for some fun random details that no one's gonna notice, but that I'll notice. Alright, I might actually see if I can't find some beefier pieces here. So actually, I'm gonna delete that piece. We're gonna do this, get this piece in here, make this just a little bit darker. Again, a lot of changes can happen while I'm building. It just happens. See, I'll get a proper, yes. Thank you. Alright, so, because these supports are actually a little bit beefier, a little bit thicker, so we're gonna go with that for sure. There's one there, so we'll just put one in the middle here. I think I have another piece in there, but I kind of want to just place it in the middle. There's actually 4 beams, it looks like, total in this. So, Let's make that happen. There we go. But it's very interesting because there's a lot of like different green and nature and stuff actually hanging over the top of this. It's actually very interesting. We're gonna get rid of the line to surface. Literally just like nearly like bushes on top of this thing. You got the sign there. Okay, so we're gonna find some more climbers. We're just gonna place this whole thing with some beautiful vines and stuff. Oh, there's some fighting textures with some vines I see. I don't like that. We'll just place all these across. They're allowed to look messy. And then we're gonna add just a couple of bushes over here. This is gonna be the one part that, you know, might not be accurate completely, is there's gonna be different bushes around, so. We'll keep that in mind. No, there's, I think it's like a concrete wall that actually goes alongside this path. I think it's concrete. I don't know, I could be wrong. And then there's a lot of different, like, curbs. If I can get a nice picture, I could find that properly. Just need a good enough picture of the front, maybe. I might be able to find it. I don't know. We'll see. Possibly. Come on. I just need to get some more reference photos and get pictures of exactly what I need. But we're gonna go in here. There's another detail I want to add. It's gonna be under scenery, maybe. I forgot what it's called. I think the last time I tried to look for this, I could not find it. Flowers. Oh, this is cool, actually. I didn't even know this was here. Flower creeper. Could actually use that. Let's see if I can find it in decorations, maybe. Ah, here they are. Basket. Hanging basket. That's what it's called. Hanging basket. Actually, I have some, like, somewhat of these. Something like this. Along the sides of these. We're just going to use these because I think they look the most accurate-ish. Hang them across from each other. Really pretty. The good thing is it's Silver RC, so it doesn't have to look 100% nice. We're in the 1880s. So now as for wall signs here, we're going to try and find the best hospitality house. It's kind of sign that we can. Oops. I did not mean to push on the wrong button like that. Alright, that's a good candidate, but this one's really good too. That might actually fit it pretty well. It's pretty large, actually. Alright, so the color-wise, we need to change the color to about... Gotta find that color. There it is. That one looks better. As for this, we'll make this... Try and make this the same color, to where you can't even see it. So I don't want it showing anyways. And I'll give it a blue outline by myself, so... And then for the wording... We're gonna use these signs, that way I can actually fit it on here. So this is gonna be Hospitality House. Hospitality. Oh. Darn things in the way. Alright, but that's good right there. We're gonna create another one, and this one's gonna say just house. So, not the most beautiful because it's actually in a very interesting font. So, it's just going to be a little difficult to do anything more than that at the moment, but for right now, it's going to work. So, we'll do a little bit of extracurricular details on this. Just to be very extra, this is a very light blue. Very, like... strong light blue. I'd go with this one. So we're gonna go with this one. I just kind of outline the color since we can't recolor that color in there. So we're gonna gotta get rid of that fighting texture. We will, as best as we can. It has gone silent. Why have we gone silent? But I always do my best to try and get rid of fighting textures, because they're just annoying. Why can't fighting textures just get along? Why? Why not? So there's like two spots on the sides here that kind of like that. I think this sign's just a slightly big, but oh, it's okay. It works very well for now. If I ever find something better, we can change it, of course. That's gonna shape up very nicely. For sure. And once we get more and more details on this square, I'm going to be very excited for that. Let me see if I can't get the gazebo going. Gazebo. Here's a pretty good reference photo. It's just like a very small stage on the square. Is what it is. Yeah, I can't find it better. I said it was a good reference photo, but not shape-wise it's not. I mean, you gotta find a good shape Find the shape of it. If we can find the shape of it, we'll be in good shape. Ha! I bet no one laughed at that. Guarantee you, no one laughed. Always hard to find specific pictures of what you want sometimes. It's a pretty simple building. It's not too hard to figure, too hard to build. It's not going to be anyways. I'm so excited when we get more details done with this. It's going to look so cool. But next time I'm in, I'm gonna have to do some reference shots of some of these planters so I can get those as accurate as possible. And get some gazebo ones as well. Right now the Christmas tree's in the middle, so yeah, interesting. But anyways, I think we're going to go ahead and end this stream right here for right now. I hope you guys have enjoyed. And make sure you comment, like, and subscribe for more amazing content like this. So we got still lots to do, obviously. But it's all going to come together eventually. And hopefully just be amazing. Because, oh, I wish the words could be a little bit bigger, because I'm still a little bit iffy if I'm gonna be able to fit everything in. Probably not. At least on this side. This side is going to have plenty of room, but it's mostly the ride side I'm most scared about. But anyways, all right, guys. Thank you guys so much. I will catch you guys in the next live stream. Thanks so much for joining, and I will catch you guys next time. Thanks so much, and have a great day. Cooler tomorrow. Thanks, and goodbye.